Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Winter Rallycross in Lind for 2025. I'm Keto.
And I'm Katie. And this virtual drivers meeting has two parts. So we have this video where we're going to tell you everything you need to know about the event. And then in the description, there is a link to a video all about how to read cones. That will tell you everything you need to know about how to navigate the course. So if this is your first or second Rallycross, please take time to watch that video as well. We will not be having an in-person drivers meeting at the event. So please be sure you take the time and watch this video all the way through. Even if you've seen 1,000 of these, this event will be different than other events. You also have a competitor email in your inbox with a bunch of information like the schedule, which has changed because I don't know how to do math and we wanted to have a 4-hour run session and I made it 6 because math is hard. So anyway.
You thought 4 hours, so you ended it at 4 o'clock.
I thought 4 hours, so I ended it at 4 o'clock. There is a reason I did it, but anywho, so please read that email all the way through as well. So when you arrive at the venue, you will sign a waiver at the gate, just like always. You will pay $10 to the Lind Lions Club, just like always.
You will enter the gate in the same place.
You'll enter the gate in the same place. That is also true. And you will paddock in the same place as always. We're telling you these things because where you will start and finish and grid is going to be different this year. Not this year, this event. So you'll get ready for tech inspection, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And then you will go through check-in and all of that. We'll get to that. This event is a little different because there's only one session. So there's no work assignments. It's a 4-hour session. We are going to have a lunch break in the middle. So you'll race for 2 hours, take a break, race for 2 hours. And I think I said this already, but I've already forgotten. There's no work assignment. We have a whole crew of workers coming to work the event. So be sure to thank them. They're making this possible for you not to have to stand outside all day. And at the end of the day, we will have awards. The awards will be inside of the clubhouse building that is there on the property. You've probably seen it, but never really taken note of it if you've been there before. But then that way you don't have to stand outside shivering while you all get your awards.
It's on the far side of the lot, opposite side of the lot from where the stadium is, where we race, on the far side there. There's a building over there that's rather nondescript.
It's where start and finish will be right there. Timing will be right there. So you will see it. You don't need to go looking for it. Okay, so with that, so in your mind, you have shown up, you have parked your car, you've gotten it ready for tech inspection. Talk about what to expect at tech inspection.
When you get to tech inspection, have your car race ready. So that means have it empty. Have your helmet with you because they're going to check your helmet. We're still on last year's regs because we haven't started the new season yet. They'll go over your car mechanically. They'll shake your wheels. They'll make sure that you have a firm brake pedal, throttle return, so on and so forth. And then they're going to make sure that you have your numbers on there. And then for this event, there is something I want to bring up about the tires. I've got a lot of questions. The simple thing is that all the tires we normally race with are legal, but we also are allowing a DOT studded tire. No homemade studs, no screw-in studs, no WRC studs. Just DOT studs, what are legal on the street.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it. So once you get through tech inspection, you will go straight to check-in. We will ask you for your driver's license. We'll verify that it's still valid. We will check your number and your class. After that, you'll be all checked in. You can go park in, I think it will make sense to park in grid based on the layout of this event and then go walk the course. That's going to be the closest place you can park to course.
Yes.
And we will talk a bit about the weather at the end. Did you want to say something?
Yeah. So let's talk about how you would get to grid. You're going to get through grid. There isn't going to be an opening in the fence. You will drive around the stadium, the back side of it. And there will be a little lane out in the parking lot that you will be able to transit down to get to grid.
Yeah, so if you've never been to Lind before, we're describing this because it is different than how we usually operate. But from the area where you park and paddock, You will drive between the arena and that highway that you came in on. There's a pathway through there. We'll have a little bit of signage to help with this, but
Yeah.
you'll drive around the backside of that to get
Yeah,
to.
it's just all gravel back there.
Yep. So yeah, you will park, you will walk the course. Please come prepared to walk the course carefully and safely, and walk at your own risk and with extreme caution. There will potentially be ice on the course. It will be very cold. And so just keep in mind, like, it's a high slipping risk. You can please wear appropriate shoes for that. And just take care of yourself as you're going on that course walk. Then we want you to come back. We want you to be lined up in your car, in grid on time based on the schedule that's in your email. Read that. You'll get one parade lap, and then we'll have the first session. We'll see how many laps we can do in that session. We'll break for lunch. We'll do a second session. And then, like we said, we'll do awards.
Yeah. So when you do go over to grid, ready to race, please bring with you, throw it in your car or whatever you need to do, your tools and so on. We will be next to the far road, the road that goes up to the airfield. So it is possible to bring stuff over, like with your service vehicle or something like that, to drop off your wheels right there where we're going to grid. But bring all that stuff with you, because it'll be very hard to transit over while we're racing.
Yeah, it'll be tough because you'll have to kind of circumnavigate the track. So, and in addition to tools, extra wheels, tires, whatever it might be, bring your water, bring any snacks, any extra things you might need, just bring them with you. We can figure out a place to set them off to the side of grid. You don't want to be trying to go back and forth. It's a big pain. Okay. The course. It's marked out with cones. If you're new to Rallycross, we'll use this time to reiterate, please go watch that cone basics video so you know what those cones are telling you. When you're out on course, if you get penalties, they will be called in. Again, those penalties are in that video we just described. And your time for the day is your lap times plus any of your times from your penalties, and the total time. The person in class with the shortest total time wins.
That's right.
There will be local Wi-Fi available. That's Cleo. There'll be local Wi-Fi available so that you can get your lap times there on the property that we signed, so you can access that. So it's race time. You're at the start line. What do people need to know?
Well, when you come up to the start line, you need to have your helmet on. You need to have your seat belts attached, clipped, windows buckled, windows rolled up, and cameras and phones put away. That's driver and co-driver. As driver, you are responsible to make sure that anyone sitting in the seat next to you is not holding a phone. You can hard mount them somewhere. If you want to record, you can have your cameras hard mounted as well. But you just can't have anybody holding a camera or a phone. And I had somebody ask me last time if an iPad is included. If you're filming, with an iPad, yes, it is. So yes.
Yes. Let's say you're out on course and you see a cone down. What do?
You have two options. You can come to a stop and point to the cone, and then get moving again because somebody's going to be coming hot behind you. Or you can just disregard it altogether. It will not be called against you. It is going to be icy, so our course workers are going to be taking some extra precautions about how quickly they can get out there and back this time. So there's the possibility of, there being a cone down. Those are your two options. If you point to the cone, we will give you a rerun. If you don't, and you just keep on driving, by the time you get to the next gate, it's too late. And don't ask us after you've finished your lap.
Yep.
Please.
You didn't say this specifically, so I just want to reiterate. If you do stop and point to the down cone, be sure a course worker sees you. You get a confirmation. And then the reason you want to pick up and go back at speed is because there's someone coming behind you, and we don't want to hold things up.
Right.
Okay, what happens if they see a red flag while they're out there?
Well, you're gonna come to a stop as quickly as you can. This is icy, so what it means is that there's a problem either with your car or something up ahead of you, and we want to get you stopped. So come to a stop, and we will come up to your car. We'll let you know what you need to do. We'll give you directions, either run parade or head straight back to start or whatever is required. But that red flag may be because you have a D bead.
What's a D-bead?
A D bead is when the tire comes off of the wheel and it loses the air out of it. So now you have a very flat tire. And we don't want you digging in and rolling over. The car's already going to be listing to one side. So we're going to red flag you, stop you, have you go back and fix it at a slow speed. You'll get that one D bead. You'll get a rerun. After that, we'll red flag you and you'll have to fix it, and it'll just be a red flag for you. So next time, make sure you up your tire pressure, do whatever you have to do to, stop a second D bead from happening.
Mhm.
So those are the red flags.
Yeah.
So
So if you use your time to go fix your D-bead, that is your 1 10-minute timeout.
that is
If you
correct.
don't get a D-bead, can you explain what they do with the 10 minutes?
Yeah, you have a 10-minute mechanical timeout. So, for example, you have some issue with your car, you need a few minutes to get it taken care of, grab a tool, tighten, hose clamp, whatever it is, and it's your turn. You will go to the head of grid and let them know that you're taking your 10 minutes. Your 10 minutes starts when you are supposed to be at the start line. Okay. And so if you can go and fix it and come back before you're supposed to start, then the 10 minutes will not be used against you. If you don't, then it will be used. Once you use it, it's one and done. You have up to 10 minutes. So you can't use 2 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and then another 3 minutes somewhere else. Right. You'll have to get one. So if you use 1 minute, 5 minutes, 9 minutes, it's one and done.
And when you come back from that 10 minutes, we will work you in wherever you are, and then we'll get you back in your regular order so you continue to race in the order where you were before.
That's right.
Okay. I think we said this already. It's going to be cold. So let's talk a little bit about the weather.
We hope.
We hope.
Colder it is, the better.
According to the forecast, it's going to be cold.
Mhm.
So first things first, we need you to plan for a very cold day. Even if you think, oh, I'm going to be in my car all day, I'm going to have heat, just for the purposes of safety, for your comfort. Remember to bring boots, bring extra socks, wear layers, bring a warm winter coat, hat, gloves, all the things. Please plan for a very cold day. I think the low is 20 degrees. So that's important. Bring plenty of water. I know I say this every time. Usually it's in the summer where I hammer on it, but it's really easy in the winter to get dehydrated and not realize it. So bring water, bring electrolytes, bring a Gatorade and just drink it, even if you feel like you don't need to. The worst feeling is getting to the end of the day or waking up the next morning and just feeling like absolute trash because you drank no water because you were cold all day. There's a couple things to think about with the fact that it's cold, like antifreeze and washer fluid. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so if you're running pure water or close to pure water, and your freeze point isn't low enough, there's possibility that things can freeze out there, as you're transiting the car over there or whatever. So just make sure that you have that. Washer fluid will freeze into the lines.
Hold on, you said if you're running pure water, so the solution is to
Add a mix of antifreeze
got it.
and water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Washer fluid.
Wash fluid will freeze in the lines if it isn't some sort of a winterized, usually means it has alcohol in it. So keep that in mind as well if you end up using washer fluid while you race.
Which
Yeah.
usually comes up. You usually want to rinse your windshield.
Yep.
Lastly, in terms of getting to the event, leave yourself extra time. Right now, it's looking like the passes should be clear. It looks like there's some snow that'll come down on Friday, but overall, the conditions should be okay.
Yeah.
But even so, leave yourself extra time. Do not rush. Do not put yourself in a position where you get yourself into harm's way.
Yeah, it looks like there's gonna be a little snow on Friday. They'll for sure, be up there with the plows and whatnot. But and at no point does it warm up between then and when y'all are going to be coming over. So there'll likely be quite a bit of snow on the side of the road, maybe sanded or something like that. So just be careful.
Yep. Spectators, friends, supporters are allowed and welcome and encouraged. All the same guidance we just gave on being sure that you're safe and comfortable for the event in terms of the weather applies to your friends. So please give them the same guidance. There will be concessions. If you've been to this venue before, the concessions will not be in the little Shake Shack or whatever they call it by the arena. They have a clubhouse. We've mentioned this already. That is where they'll be inside with burgers and kind of basics. But as always, we love to support the Lions Club out there. All that money goes right back into the community. And it's nice to have like warm, real food on race day. That doesn't often happen. So during your lunch break, we'll pop everybody in there, or like you'll be able to kind of rotate through to go get something to eat. Send your friends and family in there if they come. If you bring a pet or a child or whoever, please be sure you have a plan for them to be safe and warm while you race. This is not an event where you could just hand the dog off to somebody and let them keep them. Like it's going to be 20 degrees outside. That's just not going to work for them. So please have a plan for that. Also, the bathrooms will be inside. They'll be inside that clubhouse we talked about. Outhouses would freeze, so that would be weird. And of course, as always, leave the place cleaner than you found it. Pick up trash, pick up whatever you leave behind. We want to leave no footprint. So I think that's everything. Lots of random things this time we don't usually think about.
Yep.
Like I said before, please read your emails. If you don't have one, you can email us info@nwrallyassociation.com. If you have any questions, please feel free to send them over. Try and get them to us no later than Wednesday. We hit the road on Friday, so Thursday's a prep day for us. So if you have questions, just get them to us. So with that, we're so excited for this event. Thank you all for being there, and we'll see you there.